Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Welcome back for Captain of Industry. And welcome back to a new week. Last time we played Captain of Industry, we started fiddling with how to edge out the mining areas rather, to lay out a way in that we can make sure that we gather everything that the mine can produce, and without knowing exactly how deep we need to dig. But I did some research and I have some info on that. So we're going to start with a bunch of mining tips and tricks and whatevers that I've learned through my research and a little bit of testing, I guess, in the game. Although there's a couple of bits that I still don't know the exact answers to, so we'll have to figure those out as we go a bit later in the game. I think actually not something we'll learn necessarily tonight, but as we finish up with probably the coal mine first. Welcome, Addicted. Thanks for claiming first, and a hydrate and a dad joke. All the things tonight. All right, hydrate. Did you hear the one about the roof? Never mind. It's over your head. So, then we did some... on Sunday, we did some crazy plate-up action. We are quite far in the in the plate up here. Quite far up in the plate. How about that? We have unlocked a tier 6 franchise in the Get Out series we've been doing the last several episodes, where we have a restaurant that it's fish. We're serving all kinds of fish, all the kinds of fish I should put it, and we are using the seed Get Out because we've been using Get Out as our restaurant name, well, since forever, I think, pretty much. So yeah, we're jumping back in here this week. Later on this week, on Saturday, I'm planning to, instead of having a YouTube episode release Saturday at noon, when I would normally have something release, instead, I'm going to have a special event for an hour to an hour and a half on Saturday, starting at noon. I don't know if I'm going to stream it here on Twitch or if I'm going to stream it on YouTube. I haven't decided yet, but I think we're going to stream on Twitch because we're going to be joining good friend and Red Circuit founding team member, Bold Viking, in his charity stream event that is going to be... we're going to be playing Perfect Heist 2, which is basically a cops and robbers kind of game, and we're going to be joining him for that and playing that with him for a little while he works on his charitable event for, and I just forgot what it was for because I am I don't know, something. Fuck Cancer Takeover. So he, along with a group of other streamers, are going to be collecting for this, and we'll be helping him out with that as part of his community game event, playing Perfect Heist 2 for about an hour and a half with him. I don't, and that's still a little bit tentative because if he changes the game that he's planning to play first or anything like that, or if some technical reason gets us started late, then it may be a bust. But that's my plan for Saturday, at least for a little while. Basically the time that I would normally be doing the premiere chat on YouTube. So we're going to do that. But we have this factory that we've been working on, and I've been procrastinating over while chit-chatting here. So let's go ahead and click into the game and take a look around. So a few things have changed. I have staked out most of the outline here of the coal mine. We do have all of this, I think this is just rock here. We do have all of this rock here that we need to eat through, so I haven't planned out the edge of the thing yet, but my plan here is to take the actually take the rock from this mountain and kind of push it off into the ocean, basically. So we're going to work on that as part of this too, over time at least. And we're going to get to the coal in just a minute. I want to show one other thing before we do that, and that's here at the sand mine. The rainwater harvester here is complaining about having a that it may collapse due to uneven terrain. So I put a wall in here, and I do have them set up to dump on this side of it. I don't know how well that's going to work. We may have to put up actually like a secondary wall here. Hey, Joe, welcome. A secondary wall here on this side of that wall, and then take this one out, and then let them fill that in better, and then it'll be fine. I'm just going to see how it kind of goes. This truck and excavator are keeping this full when they can, because we do have it. Actually, we don't have it set, but we are taking the sand in here, and then they're trying to fill that in as they go. That happened while I was working on the coal mine border here. And so let's go into here again, and let's turn off the neighboring I should just turn them all off, overlays, so that we only see the coal overlay, because we don't want to be confused by the water being there and the copper being there. And you can see the edge here of the coal mine, and it goes all the way the crap back here, so it's quite extensive. And so what I've done here is I figured out, I did some research online, to be fair. This isn't all me, but I did some research online, and I was correct in my first assessment of counting the rings to count the levels down. So here, kind of near this edge, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and a bit of stuff before the coal ends. And we don't know what's really below the coal there. It doesn't really show us, because the overlay only shows you the resource in the overlay and then the stuff on top of it. So we know we need to dig down 17 layers. And most of them, let's switch to this view just so we can kind of level this out a little bit. Most of them are there at 17, maybe a little bit of 18 or 19. And they do get a bit up to 20 over here in toward the middle. Like this one here, I think is like 22 or something. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, but there is some above ground here. So it's probably a little over 20. This one here might be also pretty bad. 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So what I've done, and we also know that we can dig down 5 levels before we have to put up a new wall. We tested that out the last time. So what I've done here is I've counted out, what if you need to dig down 25 layers? Well, then we need to have 5 walls, 25 divided by 5, or more than 20 layers anyway, because we might need to do a 21st layer. If we want to dig down more than 20 layers, we need to have 5 walls. This one will take us down from level 5 to level 0. This one will take us down to -5, -10, -15, and then -20 for the last layer there. And that'll get us down 25 levels from where we're currently at. And we also wanted to be at least one whole block that's done this way from the last... from this, just in case there's some weirdness there on the edges. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary. That's the piece that I don't know and that we'll have to test out as this series progresses. But I added an extra one here just to be safe. So we have 5 layers of wall. And what I did then was I put this one here. Because this is the edge of the stuff. So it's kind of a 6th wall, effectively, even though it's not, we're not going to actually build that 6th wall. And then I took a copy of this like this. And I went around and said, okay, well, this one means that wall needs to be at least that far away. And this is the outer wall. The outer wall here needs to be at least that far away. And they are, because I have a plan here for something else. But I went around here and made sure that the outer wall was at least as far as the ones that I had built. Because I did this actually in a couple of stages. But I went out like this and did that. And now they all are. And actually, as we get out here further, I think I even have them a bit further out, or did I have them be more accurate? No, they're a bit further out, and the reason they're a bit further out here is because if you do something like this, let's go here, and then let's go here. Technically, the corner for this particular block then needs to be way out here, because it needs to be straight down from this one, and then straight over from this one. So that puts that corner right there. So this corner here matches with that corner of the node of the mine because we have we have to handle all the edge cases, literally the edge cases here, all the corners. So I did that all the way around, almost to the end here, and then all the way over to here where this rock is. And we're gonna have to do some, like I said, some mining manipulation here to get this rock into the ocean a little bit, because we need to be able to put these, let's do this again, need to be able to put these way out a bit here, something like this, which is actually just this wall extended out. That's actually the furthest out we need to go here. But then we need to come all the way out, you know, this far into the mountain in order to be able to pick up this whole mess. And that's assuming the mountain isn't there. Because the mountain's there, that means we even have to pick up even more. So we're gonna have a bit of work ahead of us to get this correct. But so this one's gonna have to go like out to there and out to there. So we're going to be out in this area with our back corner of this mine, and over here somewhere with the back corner of this mine, as well. And then we're going to have to dig into all of this mountain here, which is going to be a bit of work. So we need to, you know, get that started pretty soon. So that's the plan there. This wall here is representative of the 5th innermost wall here, but I changed it a little. And I changed it, as you can see here. I'm plotting out something, and what I'm plotting out here is the mine ramp. The mine ramp I want it to be 3 tiles wide, just so I have some, you know, space, even though things don't clip into each other. But just in case they change the game so the trucks start clipping into each other or something crazed like that, I want to have a 3 width. Plus, that gives me the ability to put them kind of in between things here. So hopefully this works out well. I'm still a little bit uncertain about how this is going to work, but what I've done here is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here as the 5 ramps down. So technically this isn't the wall here. This should be, you know, a mine here of the 5th ramp down. This is representative, which is why I did 3 rows here, 2 rows here, 1 row here. So I wasn't digging them down, because you only dig down 10 levels at a time. I just did, okay, these 5 are one set of ramps, one set of 5, one set of walls, basically. These 5 are the next one. These 5 are the next one. Then I have a corner here of a 3x3, a flat, and then this will be the next 5, and then the next 5. So we need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that leads off the ramp right here next to the bucket, next to the mine control tower, which did used to be over here. I moved it. So now we have a plan for the ramp down into the mine. So instead, this wall here is the outer edge according to this, but really this outer wall is not entirely true, because we're going to also need to have a wall next to it here that takes care of the ramp, and then a wall out here that takes care of the outer edge of the ramp. And this wall needs to be actually only 5. Let's try that again. 4, 5. This wall here needs to be like this, and then here it'll be again. Oh, this is something I didn't do right. I need to be able to handle this going down on the inside on the ramp, but staying up on the outside up here. So I need to do a little bit different ramp style or wall style here that I need to figure out and play with a little bit, because this needs to be 5 levels down from here. So we need to have another wall, say next to it right here, that keeps the dirt from up here from falling into the ramp. So we'll have to figure that part out tonight, at least a little bit. But that'll be kind of the plan. And then this ramp here is just garbage. It'll go away. We'll end up digging it out, because this wall here is going to come all the way across to here and then connect up right there, which means technically that this is not supposed to be here. So we should take that out. Okay, and that corner is representative of this particular node right here. So that's kind of the idea here. And I hope that all makes sense. I need to take that one out too, because I need to put an inner corner in here. So we're going to take care of that. I'm leaving this set of walls here, blueprints, to help me remember where this ramp's going to go. And we'll have to just figure out this whole wall, how the walls work business as we dig down. They may have to be a little bit finicky here along the edges to get both sides of the wall in place, but we'll figure that out as we go, I think. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And if we end up missing a little bit of coal, that's kind of what that extra block is for also, is to try and make sure we catch all of the coal that we might have wiggle room with. And then if we miss some, if we end up not being able to pick up a little bit, I'll be fine with it. I wanted to just try and get as much as we could. So one of the other things that I learned about mining when I was doing some reading is each material, each ground material has a different slope rate. The shallowest slope is sand, which is why this went haywire on us between the streams, and it started pulling away at this here because sand slopes very shallowly. So shallowly, in fact, that you really have to have walls for sand. Otherwise, you will just have a big, like, shallow valley slope shape that looks, that it will take up so much real estate outside of the mine. So I wanted to make sure that was safe. And then on the other hand, iron has the sharpest slope shape. You can see here that the iron from here goes like all the way up to here before we lose basically like one block. And the height here, you can count the rings. Each one of these lines is a level. So, I mean, right about, I'm just eyeballing this, but right about here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so heights to go one block out. And that's pretty insane compared to the sand, which we barely have gotten down, 5, and it was already starting to cave in over here too much that it was hitting against this these rainwater harvesters. So I don't know where the rest of the materials fall in between. I know rock is steeper than dirt. I don't know if, copper looks similar to iron in terms of the sharpness of the slope. So maybe it's like metal ores are the sharpest, and then it's like maybe rock and slag or something. Maybe coal is in there somewhere too. And then eventually you get down to dirt, which is definitely shallower than rock. And then you get to sand, which is ridiculously shallow. So we're gonna start mining here. Actually, I'm gonna unpause now after all this narration and talking. And those are just kind of the few mining tips that I learned from some reading, as well as just a little bit of practical experimentation off camera between the streams as I was trying to get that coal mine set up. So we need to expand this limestone mine as well a little, because, well, we have some limestone issues. So let's come out this way. I can't tell. I think it's to there. Let's actually turn off the sand. Yeah, there it is. And then we can come this way. Like that. And we can dig into this too, even. Like that. It's going to get a lot of dirt out of it, but... Oh, I remember why I did... Okay. This is why I remembered it now. These are actually not on every tile. They're on every other tile. So I don't know, without digging down, whether the coal actually ends here, or if it's because it's every other tile, if the coal actually comes out to this one, or this one, or this one. So that's why I've added the extra wall space here, is in case it comes out to this extra one, then I have a little bit of extra room to get as much of that coal as possible. But depending on how this ramp works out, we may have to deal with it in this corner, which I'm okay with, if we do. So let's actually turn back on that. Yeah. I'm going to just hide the groundwater, I think. And let's try to figure out how this ramp's going to work here. Because I'm not actually sure. I know we need to do... Well, I know we need to do a downward slope. So let's start with that. And we'll do down 5 like that. And then you can go like this. No, we should do the wall first. Take that out. And then this wall's got to be down 5 more, which means that the wall's got to be... It's got to be here. But then how do we make this look like it belongs here. And I think the way to do that is to do a corner here, perhaps. How do we make this look like it belongs here? I think we do a corner like this, and then a corner like this, and then we do the narrow, the short ones, like this. Dang it, I forgot the shift key again. And then we can put this other wall in, not that one, this wall in here, right there, but down. We can't go down 5 here. We have to actually dig it out to put this in. But I think that'll work. And then the next one will be kind of the same kind of thing. With this 5 coming here. And then this one will be down 1. And then we'll have to have one here. Which means we'll have to have one here. Although these aren't going to go out as far. No, actually it won't have to do that because these 3 will be flat. So we're not sloping down. So we don't actually have to deal with this until later. So this will go here as 3 walls there, 3 walls there. These ones being down by 5. And then we'll do the same thing here and here. And then we'll do a corner in here. And then we'll have to do manipulation again. Oof. Okay. So how do I want... We actually have to kind of plan this a little. Because otherwise it's going to be an issue. And this here represents the innermost, the 5th wall, basically. No, wait. This represents the outer wall. So this up here is 5, and then we'll have. Actually, we'll have it basically like this. And that'll be the inner wall. So this one will only have to be a depth of 1. And I think I'm going to change this to more match the edge of this, which is fine too. But this will have to actually be a double wall here, so as to have the ramp being retained by this wall and the mine itself being retained by the wall that's already been built. And then this one will come down. This will become a double wall here. So yeah, we need to take these out. Maybe. Actually, I did that wrong. Anyway, this goes here. This will come out. This stays where it is. This is the static wall. So actually, that one comes out. Quick remove. And then we do something like this again. Just give me this. I'll just do it by hand. Yeah, that'll work. And then this goes here. No, that's not right. No, that goes back. This goes back in here. This is... I'm thinking backwards. This is the inside here of the mine. And so this needs to be the fixed wall. This one just comes out and then it drops back down. It drops down. As this is the edge of the ramp. So maybe then this one's actually different as well. This is tough. It's tough trying to plan all this out. Yeah. This should still be here. And then these will also need to be a double wall here. We can do corner caps on the ends here though. So like we can put this here, and then we can do a corner there and there, and then we can put a corner cap on these both. That way they'll at least look good. That's correct. These two come out because they're actually dropped down. This comes out because it's dropped down as well. And then this comes out because it's dropped down as well. So we need to put a corner in here. And I can go and steal one of these corners like this, because I have that already. And that can just be right there. And that'll be what retains the outside here of the factory. So let's unpause this. Actually, all this here can all be unpaused, and we can let it build. And that'll take care of the ramp space. And then we can actually do a mine down to 0 here once we have that built. Sorry about the confusion and mix-ups and whatever ups here. It's really a complicated thing to figure this stuff out, I think, ahead of time. Or I'm just not that bright. One or the other for sure. Maybe both. Could be both. Will hopefully be both. We can also unpause all of these because we know these are actually correct. And we want to let the trucks start building this, which is going to take them some time, some effort, and some work, but that's fine. I also paused off camera by deleting this this build here, this old power build, because we don't need it. So there's no sense in keeping it. These take workers as well, so we need to pause all of them. These as well, we could probably pause them anyway. Let's just pause the whole thing, really. These must not be pausable. They're not. So that way we don't take the workers up for this, and it's not trying to work and not. And also pause that water extractor too, because it does take a couple workers and some power. So we're not really using a whole lot of our power here, which is kind of good. We're mostly, you know, we're not really doing a whole lot right now, I guess, because we're only using 500 and some. Oh, mind control tower needs something to do. Oh, you've already taken care of all of that correctly? Oh. Good. Let's go here and pull this out then. I'm going to go... Actually, let's take both of you off of this. Or all of you off of this. You can go find a new home back over here by the vehicle depot. There you go. And then we want to let this one dump dirt. And then we want to have a dumping site here, flat. Like that, and that should not here because it's outside of the zone. That should take care of this, but we could also mark these ones, I guess, just to kind of make sure that we get everything filled in here. But they'll just come over here and dump dirt just like we did before when we were doing this. They'll come over here and dump the dirt, and it'll be fine. All right, and some of that dirt's going to come from right here once we get this all done. Did we not... Oh, they're working on that stuff instead of this stuff that I unpaused first? You jerks. All right, let's do some Unity building then. We have plenty of Unity, so let's just do it. And then we're out. Yeah. We're out of... What are we out of? Concrete blocks. And that's just because I've been using a lot of them, and our production's limited by these. We could upgrade them to Concrete Mixer 2, which doubles the production speed, I guess. We'd have to rebalance other things too then, but we could do that. Or we could just let it go and let it work on its own. We also... A couple more things unlocked off camera also from the research point of view. I think we were working on Fertilizer II when the episode ended, but I can't remember exactly. We did do corn farming and fermentation during the last episode, maybe even before that, or last stream, or before that. But we did unlock Fertilizer II, which takes in the Fertilizer 1. Because we looked at this briefly. Fertilizer dose. That's the first one. Oh, here it is. Takes in Fertilizer 1, limestone and sulfur to make Fertilizer 2. So we could potentially set that up as well, at least in theory. I don't see why not necessarily. It takes 24 Fertilizer 1. We're making Fertilizer 1 right here. No, that's acid. Over here. So we're making 24 fertilizer 1 because we have 2 times 12 right now. So we could technically do this if we wanted to. We just have to bring in more of the sulfur, which I think we have a surplus still of sulfur. Let's check that. We're making 12. This would consume up to 6. And this here would consume up to 3. We're definitely making too much sulfur, so we could do this. We have limestone. We're fine with limestone. And because that's not even the only limestone on the map either. We have, let's see, over here there's a huge mountain of limestone. And is that it? I'm lagging the game every time I turn the overlay on and off. I guess that's it. But that's a lot of limestone. So, yeah, we'll be fine with limestone. Plus, we're going to get more efficient, I think, concrete recipes over time that use less and less limestone. So, kind of why not? So we could set that up. We have to have naphtha processing, which has a lot of recipes. And those recipes turn light oil into naphtha. Naphtha? I think it's naphtha. I think you hit the hard T on that. And fuel gas. And then that naphtha plus sulfur can make rubber. Naphtha plus coal can make rubber plus wastewater. So we could potentially quit using the diesel for making rubber and instead make naphtha with the sulfur. That would work. Water plus naphtha, or you can boil naphtha, or you can use naphtha as a fuel in the boiler to produce steam and exhaust. So that would take the place of using coal or light or heavy oil for boiling. The thing is we don't have any recipes that use heavy oil, so we need to look at that. We can also crack diesel with steam to make naphtha and sour water, if for some reason we needed to do that. And then, of course, you can flare naphtha to cause air pollution. But I want to look at what, not medium oil, heavy oil. Heavy oil. Can that be used for anything special? We can make diesel out of it eventually with hydrogen and the cracking unit, or naphtha out of it. Okay, so we can use it for other things later. That sulfur recipe, or sorry, rubber recipe here with the sulfur. It's 12 diesel, 12 naphtha, or 12 ethanol plus sulfur to make rubber. If we use the coal recipe, which I don't want to do, then we end up with wastewater, which is why I don't want to do it. And it makes the same amount. So really what you have to look at is what is diesel. So diesel to naphtha is wasteful because you're not getting it 1-to-1, you're getting it 4-to-3. So we don't want to do that unless we have to. But the light oil right now, all we're doing with that is we're burning it as fuel to boil the water here for the diesel process. So we could potentially, instead of using it directly here, we could turn it into naphtha plus fuel gas. That would get us some fuel gas out of the deal. But I just don't really know here what. I mean, I guess that's more burnable stuff here, and plus then we can make steam. Oh Jesus, let's see. 36 light oil makes 48 steam. 36 naphtha makes 48 steam. 36 ethanol, 48 fuel gas. So we're kind of turning. Let's see here. Chicken farm, not enough food. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Let's pause for a moment. We're going to get back to that in a moment. So if you turn 12 light oil into 12 naphtha plus 18 fuel gas, even if you just use it for steam, that 12 light oil now becomes, 3 of those become all the naphtha to replace it, plus a bunch more fuel gas that we could burn as well to make more steam. And plus, fuel gas plus steam is a non-pollutant. It makes carbon dioxide. So that's also a good idea for that reason. So that may be the reason to do it. Cracking it's going to cost us electricity. Cracking it's going to cost us electricity and then, it actually takes steam to make to break it down, to process it. So there's some loss there, so we'd have to figure out if it's worth it. Eventually, I'm suspecting it will be, because anything you can do to save your oil products, because like right now we're flaring, I believe. We're still flaring sometimes, at least one or the other of the heavy or light. And it redeemed for wearing the straw hat. I will put that on in just a moment. We are flaring the surplus heavy and light still, so anything we can do to use those for some other process would be wise as well. There we go. All right, so we should maybe consider those. We may want a bigger oil refinery area here first, which I don't have, space for right here necessarily. But we'll definitely want to, take a look at those at some point in the future. So I'll leave them here on the menu for now. And then finally, you can't see it down here below, but there is Ship Bridge 2 unlocked. So I want to come out here to the ship designer and change out the bridge to Ship Bridge 2, which gives us advanced radar capabilities for some steel, some mechanical parts, and some electronics. So let's proceed with those modifications. They will deliver all those components here while they're amidst them doing everything else, and then we can clear that. Wrong screen. We can clear that from the screen here, and that's just this here. It gives us the additional radar system. No, we got the radar system from exploring, and it gives us the ship bridge too. That was it. Trucks are busy. Okay. Can I force these along a little bit more, or no? No, of course not. And really, it's these inner ones that I want to work on harder. Oh, chicken farms are out of water too. Yeah, so they got a little bit carried away. That's my fault. Because I wasn't paying attention to them. And now I have not really a good layout to get more chickens in here. So we're going to end up losing chickens as they starve and or dehydrate. And then we'll get to a certain point where we can actually achieve equilibrium. I accidentally let these go all the way to max without paying attention. They will achieve their own equilibrium, I think, with the water and the food that's coming in, hopefully. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, oops, sorry about that. Chickens. So I think let's go, while their trucks are working on those retaining walls. And did you finish this yet? It's hard to say, probably not. I don't know where, oh yeah, you did. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this manipulation then. That's fine, let's do that then too. Before we move on, before we start making the fertilizer. Let's take this out, and let's put in a wall here, next to the other wall. Same height, make sure it's the same height. And then let's unpause. If I can Unity build any of these, I will. Yeah, there's not enough stuff. So let's just, oops. Let's unpause them and let them get built, and maybe even give these ones the higher priority so that we can get this straightened out faster, sooner, better, somethinger. And if I can quick deliver them, I will just go ahead and do it, but we don't have enough concrete blocks. It just is not, we're just not producing them fast enough for this project. Okay, so Fertilizer 2. We have a ridiculous amount of Fertilizer 1 here. Unfortunately, it's all in this tank, so we're going to have to leave this tank here, but that should be fine. We can pipe this over to make Fertilizer 2, and that was in, it really is a slaughterhouse, yeah. I mean, you can slaughter the animals too, and we will eventually, but for now we're not. A mixer, I mean, limestone and sulfur, so let's just maybe, oof. We just need one mixer though. Can we just fit this in here well enough? Oh, I know what I can do. I can do it this way. Okay, here's crazy. Here's crazy idea time. If we put this in over here someplace, do we need to have the water? We do not. Okay, so we can. Oh, that's where the fertilizer comes in. Is right there. Or let's back this up by one, right there. The sulfur's got to come in here, though. We'll bring that across maybe and drop it down in. Sulfur and the limestone we'll have to bring in via either a belt. I'd have to make that ramp a 4 if I wanted to do that. Yeah, the chicken farm's still complaining about not enough food. We could, or I could just bring it in via truck. Probably via truck would be fine. Actually, I'll bring the sulfur in over here. Yeah. Let's see. I think we're still okay. Thinking. Because eventually I want to pipe this fertilizer out, so I think I want to do it this way. So let's bring the sulfur in. Do I want to just split, or do I want to take it from? Let's take it from here. Let's go this way directly to here, and then go up 2 levels. No, 2 levels. Yeah, 2 levels, and come straight across here, and then we'll come down. Alright, fine. We'll go to here, and then we'll come down and into there. And then this one will be easy. It'll just be a pipe going like that. And then we also need to have the limestone being brought in here. And I'm trying to think of how I want to do that without jacking up too much. Chicken farm's still complaining. I think I'll change this ramp out. And I'll make it a medium ramp. That gives me 2 spans of 3 instead of just the 1. And I can put that in here. Like this. Yeah. Give me a priority on that. I can't quick deliver it, I don't think. I don't think I have the stuff. Yeah. But I'll at least make it a priority, so they'll make it similarly to these, which we can actually take out now. Let's control click to Unity delete these 4 here. And then I want to change the dumping site here, or add to the dumping site here, like this. And I might actually have to take that one out too. You can see it went haywire again here. Chicken farm, not enough food, not enough water. Yeah, we know. Oh boy, it's really culling. I should have stopped him at like 200 or 250 just to see what would happen at that level, and I didn't. So yeah, they're just dying off. I'm purposely not doing the slaughter though, because we don't have a way to manage the carcasses yet anyway. Once we do, we will. Plus, I changed this build here, so we're not getting any wheat here yet because I'm trying to fill this bucket up because I moved it. I really timed everything wrong with that, which you do a lot in this game, to be honest. You can really jack up your timing if you're not careful. So this will take a little while to work on. Then we can put that wall back in, and then we can take this other one back out again, and it'll be fine. All right, this ramp is done. For right now, do I want to bother with belting over limestone? I kind of don't think so, although, on the other hand, why not? We could. No, let's just put in a storage container for it. We're just going to do a small one, I think. And I'm just going to put it over here. Maybe? Yeah, I think I'll put it over here, because that line is for the food stuff anyway, so we'll put it over here. There. And then we can take a belt in through here. And to there-ish, or there-ish. Maybe? You're not going to let me do it, are you? Oh, it needs that extra space too, just like the other one did. Although it shouldn't, it's only up by 1. Let's go from here. Yeah. Alright, I need to move this thing over by 1 more. That might help enough. Yeah, that'll help by... give me enough space to do this, I think, now. Maybe. Because I also need to fix this, too. Yeah. Alright, we'll have to go through the middle spot. That's fine. It's a good thing I have 3. And then this one here, which is fine actually too, because this is going to come out here, and it'll go this way and along the bus somehow, which I haven't decided yet how that's going to go. I don't have a tank on the output of this, but I think with this large input tank here, I think it'll be okay. Not having an output buffer. Maybe later I can change this so that we don't have this input buffer and instead direct feed Fertilizer 1 to Fertilizer 2 and then buffer afterward. That might work later on as well. That goes there. That's all connected now. So we can probably unpause this stuff and let them work on that as time goes as well. And that'll at least start making some Fertilizer 2. And then we can eventually pipe that out and down the bus. Probably... Probably here in this line. So come up and over, and then we want to go to this point. Like that. And then we'll just do, you know, up and over again. Maybe. Fine. Like that. There you go. It's a little bit easier to get over. Actually, we could put a tank of this down here. We kind of already have a tank, don't we? Yeah, I'm bringing Fertilizer 1 in here, so I could just make that Fertilizer 2 instead. That would work out fine. What happened? Why are you going screwy? Oh, it's this freaking slope here. There, that's fine. I can fix it later with some creative editing of the ground. Then we'll go to here, and then we'll go all the way over to there. And I will have to put another ramp in here, or we could... you know what? I need to change... Let's stop here. Again. Stop there. Thank you. I need to change this anyway, because this isn't going to work long term. Where it's at, because of the farm and everything. So I want to move this anyway. Again. Maybe over here, then, or something. We'll see. Let's give these... actually, yeah. Okay, let's just give these priority here. So I need to start digging this ramp. Really? Chicken farm still complaining about not enough food. We've basically called it down to nothing. Here comes some wheat, though, so that'll help with the food situation. But that'll basically be fertilizer too. This, I'm going to stop truck imports. And I think I want to just go ahead and delete this as well here. This one, no, this pipe back here, because we're going to move this entirely. So this bend pipe here, we're going to delete that. And then we'll just let this drain down. We'll go ahead and put in the fuel station 2 while we're doing this. Might as well. Yeah, let's put it over here. Something like this. And then a fluid storage there. And then we can bring the pipe in, maybe even just like opposite this or something. Like, bring the pipes this way, and then split the one off for this here. So do something like, maybe a little bit off from that, but do something like this. Sorry, truck. And then have the diesel pipe coming this way. And into this side, like that. And then have the fertilizer pipe coming this way. And then that's going to have to go weirdly like this. I'm going to delete that diesel pipe and do this one first. Go like that. And then like this. And then diesel can come this way. Gotta be careful I hit the right one here though. There we go. And that can go, you know, up and over this. And then into that side like that. And to there. And I think that'll work out okay. Is that where I want this? Probably. I think I'm gonna move this slightly then. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll move this slightly after it empties. Or even before, like we could just do another one. No, it's gonna be overlay. That's fine. Let's go ahead and build this too. They finish those. Let's make this a priority next. Then they can just finish those walls as they can. Let's do a dig site right here now. Finally. After all this time. There. And then these will have to be down a whole nother layer, so that'll be fine. Ow. Is that the dirt? Yeah, that's the dirt excavator. It's doing the dirt digging. That got wonky there too, but I'm okay with it. Nothing's ever perfect. Oh, it's full. Okay, then you can also work on this. We're doing okay with the construction parts. Oh yes, we are. Oh yes, we are. And then this one's gonna go away. Actually, that whole pipe can go away now. Because it's empty. And this is emptying as we are fueling trucks. Is this exactly where I want this? Or is it slightly not where I want it? I think I want to bring it back a little. To right here. And then we can connect this up to that. And that can actually get built. Because I just won't assign a truck to it. That'll be fine. We can do that and this. And then we'll move this one once the time comes. We can increase the fertility level here, which will give us more food. It'll also consume fertilizer. But it'll give us more food, which will be a good thing. We're not really using this anymore. But I don't know that I want to make this fertilizer anymore. I might just want to take this animal feed and feed it to the animals. It's a novel idea. Alright, the animal feed is stocking up again. So we should unpause for a little while and let them grow a little bit, although maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. We'll see how this works out with increasing the production a little. We could do the same thing for here once we figure out the fertilizer issue. So let's do this instead. Let's take these out. And instead we will do keep empty on this. And we will do a keep full on this, which you already have. And the trucks will go and get the animal feed from here every time there's a truckload. They'll come and get the truckload from here and take it over there. And that'll work out better, I think, anyway, in the long term. You are done. Yeah, you're done. You are also done. You have some water in there, but that's fine. This water is still being used for other things. So let's take that pipe out and take this out. And then we can take out that whole pipe there, which is that whole pipe there. And now I want to fix this goofy hump here. Hey, Jeff, welcome, and Nutmeg. Thank you all for the lurks. I assume you're off to the sleepy. Remove that. And then we'll do this here. And there. And quick build that again. And that should fix this stuff up a bit. So we now have target fertilizer of 100. So they will use fertilizer to get the fertility up there. And eventually, if you're making enough fertilizer, by the way, eventually you can just do away with these green spaces here and just use fertilizer to increase the fertility. I mean, if you want. Nothing's stopping you. How goes our wall? Our ramp down is digging well. Our wall is done as far as we planned it. So I think from there we can actually dig this flat. I think that should be our next target plan here, is to take these out and flatten that off and dig this to be a flat area here. And then we can put in the ramps or the walls for the next ramp down from there, and then we can dig that down. And that should be our plan. They're all digging dirt now? No, they shouldn't all be digging dirt now. Wait, none of these have a focus. Oh, no wonder. 2 of you need to focus on coal. That's for sure. And then the third one can focus on the dirt. So they should quit digging dirt now and go freaking mine coal before this runs out. Thank you. Have a nice day. If they're not tagged to certain material, they will do whatever digging job is closest to the tower, which in this case was dirt. So careful with that too. That's why I always like to do the tagged digging jobs, because of that reason. I suppose we could probably run this wall that way. Oh, this shouldn't be a corner though. This should be a T. Yeah, let's take this out. Shift delete, or it was control delete, wasn't it? There we go. And then let's do a T here. And if Pete is watching this on YouTube in a couple of days, not that kind of T. because this is going to be a wall that continues this way to be the outer border of the mine, which means we can also take these out as well. And then this is the ramp wall. Okay, so while we were yammering, we unlocked a couple more things. I mean, you can't see them because they're behind, again, the chat box. Oh, good, we're out of fuel. Pause, please. So let's take the truck out of here. And let's assign a truck over here. And let's delete this. So we don't need it anymore. We can delete this ramp as well. So we don't need it anymore. Are you about done with your fertilizer? Just about. So, anyways, we unlocked this large storages, which are kind of anticlimactic. They're the 4 in, 4 out larger storages here, and let's just pick one to look at. But they're all basically the same once you look at one. So, let's say loose storage here. It's just a bigger bucket. 4 inputs, 4 outputs. Bigger bucket. Stores, I don't know how much more. When we need something that big, we'll set them up, but I'm just going to clear it for now because it's kind of anticlimactic, as I said. Let's see. And you are still emptying. Okay, good. I mean, yeah. Technically, I don't need this storage here if we're going to put a storage down at the other end, though. Maybe we should put the storage down at the other end. Maybe. I'd have to pull this back, which would be fine. And flip it, which would be fine. I think we should. I think we should disconnect these inputs here. And let this drain out. I'm going to allow truck import here because I may delete this before opportunity arises. Although I could help empty that container if I brought more down here faster. Yeah, let's do that. Let's turn this on for a little while. Ooh, I have a humper here too from the diesel. Let's do that. And then this here. Unity remove, please. And then we can do this part here. Unity build. I don't mind it being there when it's actually being used, but when it's not actually being used, yeah, we definitely need to allow some more chickens here. Not a lot more. Let's stop at like 150-ish, just to see where this ends up. But definitely wanted to unpause the growth here for a little while. Because we do have wheat coming in now, which I forgot that I should have been watching better. That's what I get for focusing. Then I eventually paused the game, but it was too late. It's going to take a little while, so hopefully I'll come back and catch it in time. I did turn this on, but I didn't have them bring some in. Let's bring in, like, half. It's still level 1 that we want in here, so we'll bring that in, and then we'll stop eventually. What are you hauling? Rock. Slag. Alright. Wait, why are you guys... Where did this truck come from that's got slag? Is there a way to find out where it came from? Because they shouldn't be coming from... here. Or here. They can't be. Or... here. They could be there. Oh, we didn't connect this one up, did we? Yeah, we did. Okay, then this needs to be off. No, that can be on auto because we need to bring in copper scrap. That's fine. Off. That it could have been coming from there. I don't know where else we'd be making slag, so I'm hoping that's where it was. Hoping. Let's see here. But what I forgot about was that we're not... I need to pull this down all the way. So let's just do the whole thing. I need to let this tank draw that whole tank down. And the only way to do it, because it's to actually demand it down here. Well, I mean, it's not the right size tank, so it's not going to demand it properly, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You're bored because you don't have any trucks. How are you doing on the digging? You're doing. You're doing. Because all the trucks are full of coal here. I think I can go ahead and unpause this pipe as well. I forgot to pause. We're only at 143. Let's keep it going a little bit longer. Okay, so the next things we unlocked were salt production and thermal desalination. Salt production is one of the things we need in order to process the carcasses. So I want to definitely do that, or look at that process, because we need salt for that. I don't know what else salt is used for though. Let's see if we can find it. As explained, also, for making glass. Really? Okay. Sausage as well for the meat trimmings. Okay. So this is where the sausage is packed. And then snacks as well. Potato snacks. So basically fries and corn chips. Or potato chips and corn chips anyway. Yep. Nice. So we'll do that. That takes plastic though. So obviously we don't have any of these yet. We'll need to get to sand eventually. But we can definitely do the meat processing here. It's where the pork is pulled. Yes, indeed. Yep. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I think this is gonna work out okay here. I hope it will. Otherwise it'll look really stupid. But it's still an experiment. It's still an attempt. Ooh, we can do this now. So we might come up with... Let's also do... We can't put it there because of the dumping designation here. So we need to undo those. And then we can do this. Why are you up so high? Up one. There we are. Right there. And then let's unpause those. And then once we get that wall in there, we can take this wall back out again, and everything will be happy and everything. Yeah, the animal feed is actually filling up. Let's stop at 200 then, I think, maybe. Because we're still gaining animal feed, but I want to be careful with all of that. And 2 more iron plates, and that'll be the end of that. And there you go. Take all those out, please. And now these won't complain anymore. And the wall is even with the dig point here. You could potentially do one more just to be safe if you wanted. I think we're fine here. But you could if you felt like you needed to, or if you wanted to. And then we'll do this again. And there we go. But it shouldn't pull down around the wall very much. We'll have to do the same over here, but I plan on this kind of going out a bit more this way, so I don't need to put the wall there. We'll have to do the same eventually. Okay, let's take a look at salt. I kind of plan for this area over here to be the salt area. Let's also delete that mind control tower because I don't need it. Oh, we do need it. Wait, pause, undo, cancel, abort. We still need to dump more dirt here. Yeah, we're still dumping dirt here. So we're going to put a field in here. That's what we did this. And then we'll use the rest of this area for the salt process. Not there. Actually, let's go there for a minute. Can we see further with the radar now? And does it give us any ability to explore further, or do we need the additional... Yeah, we need the additional work here. So, or the additional fuel tank. So anyways, yeah. Let's look at the salt process. Salt production process. We need seawater to make salt. Either an evaporation pond or a heated evaporation pond. The rate here is just twice as fast. We'll look at the difference between those. Or from brine, which obviously, since it has a higher concentration of salt in the fluid, we can turn more fluid into more salt. So, yeah, so that's fine. And then you can also mix salt and water to make brine if you need to undo it for some reason. For whatever reason. So let's look at these evaporation thingies. I don't know where they're at. Probably here. Yeah, there they are. So evaporation pond costs 23 construction parts, 38 construction parts for the heated one. Construction parts 2. This one costs 2 maintenance and 4 workers. This one costs 3 maintenance, 6 workers, and 60 kilowatts. So unless space is an issue, you're better off doing the regular evaporation ponds. You just need to double the number of them. But if you have to work in a tight space, say on one of the small islands, then the evaporation pond seems to be a better option. The thermal separator separates, or thermal desalinator, excuse me, separates the seawater using steam into water and brine. We can also do something else, I thought, to turn, maybe not. Where the heck is the original desalinization at? It's water recovery. Basic desalinization. Basic distiller. So we can also use a basic distiller to do this task here. So this turns 60 seawater plus 12 steam into 48 water and 24 brine. And the basic is here. Turns 60 seawater plus 6 coal into 36, 24, and 12 exhaust, because you're actually burninating it to get it there. 36, 24. So this will give us more water out, probably because you're putting in the steam. But it's electric as opposed to the other one, which is coal-based. Yeah, it's because you're putting in steam, because 12 high steam is 12 water. So the ratios are the same. It's just a matter of, do you want to use coal, or do you want to use electricity, and do you want to get your steam from another source? Now, we don't have another source of steam over here that we could use, because we're recycling all of our steam in power over here. So I would probably say that I would use the basic distiller for this task, at least for now. We also have seawater pumps and seawater pumps tall. The tall ones just get the water off of a taller cliff, which might be actually necessary here, because this one might not be, oh, it is tall enough. So that's fine, but maybe, I don't know if we have a tall enough cliff here to show us an example. Maybe this one? Yeah, see, this one's not tall enough. So we have to use the tall one here if we wanted to put desalinization over here, for example. So that's all the differences between there. They obviously are more expensive, but hey, they do a better job, or they do a harder job, so we'll call that equal. So, seawater pump is 120 water, or seawater. So let's do that. And then let's look at, again, the basic distiller, which gives us, which would take 60, so 2 of these. And I'm just doing some, I don't know, whatever you want to call it here, planning, I guess, but thinking out loud here a little bit to kind of come up with different processes and see which one works the best. This will give us 36 water we can work with and 24 brine. The brine we want to run into evaporation ponds to make 1 evaporation pond, which will make, 2, 1 for each of these outputs, which will make us a total of 24 salt per minute. So that's one option for salt making, and it's going to give us 24 salt. Another option is to take 45 seawater. This produces 120, so we would need like 3 of these. It wouldn't be quite 3 of them, but we'll call it 3 of them. To get 24 brine times 3, well, it would end up being 120 divided by 45 times 24. It ended up being 64 brine, which we'd then have to put into 3 of these to get 32. Yeah, to get 32 salt from the same amount of water. So this one's giving us 24. This one would give us 32. So it's a bit better, and we don't have to have coal here then. So we could potentially do that option. And then a third option here is the thermal separator, which we would need to make steam with, or from, or however. So we could look at that as a theory as well here, this way, I guess. We need 2 of these, because again, this is 120, and these are 60 each. High pressure steam, making that, let's use the coal boiler just to kind of compare apples to apples. We would need to have 24 total high pressure steam. That's half of one of these, which is 9 coal per minute, versus this being 12 coal per minute. Yeah, 12 coal per minute. So we would want, this is a little bit more efficient. This is going to give us 48 water that we have to do something with, just like these are giving us. Well, we can circle some of it back to make more steam. So I guess it's giving us a net of the same amount of water. 36 water net, plus 24 brine. So that would be still the same 2 of these output from there. So this is more efficient in terms of coal process, but it requires electricity. We either have to do coal burner here or burn something else. We don't really have anything else we can burn at this end of the factory yet. We'd have to pipe something over and manipulate it through here, because I have a little bit of a snake of a section here to go through. So this one is probably not great unless we bring coal in, but then again, we'd have to bring coal in anyway. But this one here turns 120 seawater into 24 salt by using a bit of coal, and electricity is going to be standard either way because it's the same pump. This one's going to turn the same amount of seawater into the same amount of salt, using electricity and a little bit less coal. And this one's completely passive, just taking a lot more workers, I guess, though. This is going to take 4 times 4, so take 20 workers. This one here would take 20 workers, and this one here is going to take 24 workers. So 4 more workers, completely passive. I think I'm going to go with this option for making salt. We don't get any water out of the deal, but we don't really need water at this end of the base right now. The only option we could do is if we did that, we had the extra water, assuming we needed it, we could not have these rainwater harvesters here for the farms anymore, and pipe the water down from over here, out of either one of these processes, pipe the water down from here over to there, and actually irrigate the farms, and provide this water for the baking, all from the desalination process. And so if we did that, I would probably lean toward this option, just because it would give us it would be a little cheaper on the coal, and we have the options of doing either one of the other one of the others here, a biomass or animal feed as fuel, or switching to one of these if we can pipe something down here or get something down here. If we start growing corn down here, then we'll have ethanol that we could burn here as well. We can make just a little bit of ethanol off the corn and do that. We could make, I think we can make fuel gas off of the animal feed that we're making here, but we're not really getting that much here. What else can we turn? Can we turn wheat into anything else? We could turn wheat directly into animal feed like we're doing for the animal feed for the chickens. Or we could turn it into fuel gas and compost. And then we could turn the animal feed into here into compost. And then we could burn the compost, or we could just burn the animal feed. Oh, wait a minute. 6 or 3. Oh, we can't turn compost. It's biomass, not compost. Can the compost be turned into biomass? No. Okay. So we could burn the animal feed down here if we wanted that, to use that as fuel instead of running coal down here, but that's a lot of animal feed, 72. And we're probably not making that much extra wheat. Because that's basically a whole... That's like... Was that 40-something wheat per minute to make that much animal feed? That's not happening. We're better off making the ethanol from corn at some point here and doing with it that way. And maybe that's the option we do. Maybe we don't even put another wheat farm in here. Maybe we just make a dedicated corn farm and use the corn for some other reason, and also for ethanol. But I think right now we'll start with the passives and go from there. I don't even know really how much salt we need. Probably not a whole lot. Let's actually look at salt here. For the meat, we're going to need 3 per minute at most. That's if we're making 30 chicken carcasses, which I doubt, per minute. We're probably making like a few. And then eventually when we unlock whatever this is locked under, sausage production, but that's quite a ways ahead. Then we'll be able to use the meat trimmings for that. So maybe even salt production is a little too ahead of us. What else do we need salt for? Glass. That's the toughie. So glass needs sand, limestone, and salt. And if we do desalinization over here, then we're looking at having to belt the salt, or having to get the salt all the way over here, or to mix with 2 things that are over here in order to make glass. I don't even know where I want to make glass at. Because we also need to stake out... Well, we don't need to. So, we have a decision to make regarding the iron. Given the steep-sided nature of the iron mine, now the sand here is a pain in the neck, but given the steep-sided nature of the iron, we don't necessarily... No, because we do, because we have the dirt all around it, and the sand, too. So we do have to stake around this iron deposit, just like I did the coal, and that's going to be some work. And it's going to be freaking huge. And we may have this too close. We'll have to see. So, unless we move other stuff out of the way, like we could move this stuff, I don't know, up here on the hill or something, and we could do desalinization here later on for to get the salt to make glass and things like that, and then that'd be really convenient because it's here next to the chicken as well. Oh crap, this got carried away again. I wasn't paying attention. I thought I paused it and I wasn't paying attention. But we also have a ridiculous amount of feed, so maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Cross your fingers, but don't hold your breath. Maybe it's okay. Because, I mean, right here would be the best place, I think, in that case, to do the desalinization. Because then we could still, we could do one of these 2 active methods. We're closer to fuel sources if we're over here. But we would need to move this mall stuff out of here. And I think this hill up here is potentially either here or over here, but we haven't expanded this way much yet. And I honestly don't even know what I want to do over here. Did I not mark these trees? I did not. How about those two as well? If you can get to them, get to them. I don't know what I want to do over here either. And everything else is over here, although, I mean, most of that stuff's kind of for building or is used kind of esoterically. So maybe we don't need to worry about it so much. But I guess eventually we're going to want to build that way too, right? There's another coal mine over there. There's more copper over here. So we are going to want to build this way eventually. We could do it up here even on the hill. Although, I mean, really, it doesn't really matter. We could just build it up here and deal with it. If we wanted to build it up here, we'd have to build ourselves a ramp in here someplace. But again, I want to stake out the edge of this. Oh boy, the iron comes all the way over here. Wow. Wow. That's quite some irony there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stake out the edges of that iron because I wonder if we're actually too close to it here. We may have to sacrifice some of it in order to get. At least it's not very deep here, so we wouldn't have to come out as far this way. That's true. That's true. Yeah, the iron doesn't get very deep. It's actually a lot less deep than the coal is. Even here at the highest, which is in the mountain, we're only looking at .27, and I can't remember what this height is here. It was like we were at 9 up to this point, so half of it's at this mountain. Once we get down to this level, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We only need 4 layers of whatever there, and since this is shallower, we don't even need that much. 4 layers of wall. So that's a little bit closer of a wall here. And I don't know what the heck happens here. I mean, I guess I could just dig down and then fill it back in. Potentially. Because that's just insane right there. That's just insane. Actually, let's try that. Let's try having them do that as part of... Oops, wrong thing. Here, please, thank you. Let's try just doing like... How far does that go down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 9 at most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I just do something like that? And it's going to suck a lot of the sand in from the sides, which kind of sucks. I guess we could also put a wall in for that too. Like this. I only want to go down 5 then with that wall. The way that that is. Yeah. Push this wall out. There. And there. Let's start it back one more. Take this out here and start it back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And then I'll have to redo this wall inside here. We'll start with that. Let's unpause that and let them build it. And if I can clear this and then fill it back in with sand, then I won't have to worry about that part. And that'll be kind of ideal. So I should assign one of these to dealing with sand instead. The big problem is I want to turn this off then. Well, I could just pull this one, assign you to sand, and assign you to here. Yeah. And then you can just dump the sand into there. We'll need to reassign this truck too at some point. Oh, but I don't want you to work yet. Give me that one done first. Before it gets too carried away. There we go. Alright. How's this going? You don't have enough trucks. Yeah. How is this going? It's going. They're probably putting it all in here. So I should have really turned this off. And make them deliver their dirt over here instead. And then when it starts yelling at me, it doesn't have a place to dump dirt, and I can come back to it. Okay, so that takes care of those. Hey, Derizi, welcome. We are playing Captain of Industry, working on kind of just some future planning a little bit. I need to start up some new research too, by the way. But working on some sort of future planning here of what we want to do as far as how the mines are laid out, how they work. It's a really awesome game. If you like Anno, if you've played Anno before, it's got a lot of Anno influence in terms of, or a lot of Anno style, I should say, in terms of. Yeah, no, you don't. Okay, you're done here now. Go away, thing. Go away. And I'll give another truck or two to this one then. And then of course factory games. Whether that's a lot of Factorio more style than say Satisfactory or whatever. But you kind of have to keep those production chain games like Anno in mind for this. Otherwise, you will be misled because it's not just a factory game. It's very production chain based. And so, yeah. Hey, Marshall, you missed a bit. A lot of it's been like planning and discussion about, like arguing with myself about how to handle certain things. You missed the great chicken starvation of 2022, though. I had 500 chickens. They all died off down to close to 100 before I was able to get enough food in to them to get it back up to around to get it back up to 500 again. So that was fun. But we were just talking about how to handle let's see. Looks crazy. The truckload and manage shoot. Shoot reminds me of the game Shoot Tell. Voxel Tycoon, if Shoot have ever played that. Voxel Tycoon I have not played. That's one of the games that I kind of missed. I was busy with other things when it came out, and I never actually played it. I'm leery of games that start with the word tycoon. It's really a personal thing, whatever you want to call it, a personal issue. But I'm leery of them because I've been burned by tycoon games being way too management based. And this game is not that management based. So it's a little more flexible than a lot of management games are. So I'm really leery of anything with the name Tycoon in it. Even like Roller Coaster Tycoon, as much as I enjoyed that back in the day, it could get annoying at times. So, but you also missed, Marshall. We kind of planned out a little bit of this coal mine and how we're going to dig down in order to get to all the coal underneath here, because there's a ridiculous amount of coal down here. And how that works. And I kind of went over my design here for the wall and the distance that I have here for the wall, which I think will work. And then we also started laying out a space here for where the ramp's going to go to get all the way down to the bottom of this thing. So that was fun. And then we, what else we do? We brought over, oh, we're gonna need to deal with this. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, crap. Delete that, please. Actually, Unity, delete that, please. And let's delete some of this here as well. Not a lot of it, just some of it. And then let's put in a new tank here. Control. Oh, no, I don't want a tank. Did I decide I didn't want a tank here? I think I did. Go from there to here to there. Unity build that, please. And then we'll come over here and we will change this up also. Unity delete that and delete this to there. Delete this to there. This whole pipe as well. Unity, please. And let's copy this and bring it back. Bring it back over. Let's see. Actually, pause for a moment. If I leave this where this tank can go in here. Then that pulls these forward by 1. It does make you appreciate the random factories you drive by. Oh, yeah. Wow, nine viewers. Nice. That's good. Subnautica is a good game, though, so that makes some sense. So let's just put this back. Flip. There. I think. And we'll delete this one. You need to delete. Let's go to speed 1. And I can put in a barrel of laughs here. And control click so that it doesn't set the recipe. I'm going to change this pipe though because I'm going to. Unity delete that too, please. Finding another stream in the morning? Nice. And this goes here. This pipe can go here. Perfect. I could have connected those up directly, I suppose, but it's fine. I need to remove this pipe here. Unity delete that. And then we can go here. And then we can go... Huh? You should be fine with that. Quick deliver that. There we go. Okay. Build all those, please. I'm Unity building them because I don't feel like waiting around. And then we'll bring this to here or so. And then into there. And we'll bring this one to here or so. And then into there. Why are you... Oh, I know why. That's fine. Do it then. Or we can go there. That brings it a little bit closer. Doesn't matter. Let's go there. No, don't deliver stuff here, please. Thank you. Have a nice day. Unity build, Unity build. And that'll bring in... Actually, yes, do bring in this stuff. I would rather you not bring in the limestone, but if there's any sulfur here, for example... Yeah, there we go. Bring that in over here. And then we'll process that while this chugs away. And that'll get us some more... that'll get us some more Fertilizer II. Hey. You really don't need to do that, truck. Thank you. And now we can turn this off. Okay, now we can go back up to speed 3. So I mean, we're only trickling the sulfur out of this right now. There's not a huge amount coming through here, and that's because why? not enough sour water. And we're backed up on ammonia, too. Well, not totally backed up, but we're backed up on ammonia, too. And the sour water issue is just because we're not making a lot of it. That's diesel. That's sour water. Yeah, we're just not making a lot of it. It's kind of neither. The game doesn't really have a campaign. It has... Oh, our dirt is done, I think. Pause for a moment. Yeah, this is done here now. Okay, so delete that. There is no campaign, and there really is no sandbox either. It's a set of built maps that are somewhat customizable. Not enough water in the chicken farm. Ooh, crop. That's the problem with 500 chickens. We don't have enough water coming in for 500 chickens. So there's not really a sandbox, and there's not really a campaign. It's all just kind of maps that you can choose to play on. You can customize them a bit in terms of the amount of resources, difficulty, types of things. But there's like half a dozen or so maps. This being like the second easiest of them. So it's kind of in between campaign and sandbox, really. It's like a scenario, basically. All right, and this is working slowly. It's got to wait until it's got more room here for sand. That's fine. Okay, so the next thing we unlocked here is, you can't see because it's behind the chat, is Vehicle Management 3, which was honestly a... here it is. Which it gave us these barriers, but other than that, it just gave us 20 more vehicles that we're not anywhere near using anyway. So maybe we should do... Ooh, naphtha reforming. That takes naphtha and hydrogen or steam, makes things out of it. So we could potentially use that. Electrolysis, edicts, we're probably not going to use anytime soon. We glanced at biodiesel before, and we could use ethanol or soybeans, or ethanol here to make... plus cooking oil, which comes from soybeans, to make diesel instead of making diesel from oil. We also had way back here biofuel, which we can also use to make diesel. But I'm assuming this is better over here, so we could do that. Chicken farm's still complaining. Let's just kind of go down the list here. Naphtha, electrolysis. We can electrolyze water and oxygen and hydrogen. We're already able to pull oxygen and nitrogen from the air. We can turn ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen, and we can turn brine into chlorine. Interesting. We'll do biodiesel, and then we'll just do these edicts too. That's fine. We'll just get those all queued up and get things going. So that was Vehicle Management 3, which is kind of a meh thing as far as I'm concerned, until you need the 20 vehicles, of course. Excuse me. And we talked about, I think we talked enough about the desalinization stuff here that we can clear basic desalinization, we can clear salt production, and we can clear thermal desalinization from the list. Even though we're not going to use these just yet, we kind of have the 3 builds here, samples here, of ways we can turn 120 seawater into salt with or without producing water. Producing water from these two, not producing water from this one over here. So we have kind of 3 sample builds here that we could use to produce salt and water from desalinization. And I think that kind of covers those 3 topics well enough that we can be fine without them. Let's see. So yeah, researching the ship bridge here did unlock the ship engine, which we could potentially use to be able to get further, because we have to go into that in order to get to the fuel tank upgrade. So the engine should get us further once we decide we want to unlock it. But I think I'll keep going in order here, just to kind of keep things moving along. Excuse me, jeez, my voice is going. Hydrate. But yeah, this water is a problem. I should put down a third one of these. Maybe we could just do it here. And then just cheese in a pipe. Either up to this like that, or if I wanted to put it in the tank, I could put it in the tank, but let's put it up here like this. That'll be fine. I can't put them here on this side, unfortunately, because of the stupid hill, the stupid slope of sand here that leads up 2 levels up to this. It completely jacks with everything. Sad panda. Alright, so I'm trying to decide what we should do next. We're kind of a bit ahead of where we should be, or where we are. We have used 33% of the oil in this patch on the island. We do have another patch somewhere. Back there, I think. Yeah, back there. Is there a third one, or no? No, there is not. Once we use up all the oil on the island, then we have to get oil from trading, or from mining out here at oil rigs. That one there and this one here, I think, are the only 2 we get. Maybe we get a third one later, I don't know, but those are the only 2 we have. And we have to ship that in from those sort of kind of magic sites, even though they are not unlimited. There's a limit to how much is there. But they're kind of magic in terms of you don't have to do anything to them, they just kind of work. Wait a minute. Oh, they're all full of sand. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. Dang it. Yeah, that didn't work out very well, Wally. Oh, crap. Yeah, but then it's just going to fill that up and it's not going to work permanently. So I need to do something different here. I need to go like this. Temporary storage only works temporarily, basically. To there. And then I need to do a separate mining tower. I don't know which one of you this is, so we're just going to try that. Okay, that one. Good. Let's clear that one out. And you can get out of that hole. No, I don't want to pile either. I want to just do this like that. There. And then we'll upgrade this, which will give these trucks someplace to dump the sand they have. And then I'm going to assign this excavator here to this one. And then I want to do just a bit here for that one. And it's going to need trucks. It's complaining because it doesn't have any trucks. But I want to let these guys empty out first and free them up like that. Excellent. That's what I wanted to happen. Okay. And then pull a couple of trucks out of this. And then put a couple of trucks into this. And they will just take the sand wherever. Which is over there, but then it's only these 2 trucks for this one excavator, and it won't fill up all the trucks that are here for the iron and that mining. Because, as you can see, we used more than half of the iron ore here that we shouldn't have used. So, yeah, that was oopsie. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. How are we doing over here? We can start looking at how this is going to work. And it's going to have to work. Terrain too high. Crap, I was afraid of that. How do I get you to let me dig that out? Game. Well, or I could step these down more gradually. It's not going to work either. I think I need to let this dig down one more level. Like this. And then go flat. But maybe not on the edge. Maybe not on the edge. Like that. Come back. Back and dig your crazy dirt here. Once you're done filling up a truck full of coal. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I've confused it even worse. Because I have enough, I think, of a space here. Maybe I'd need to go all 3 wide. But I have enough of a space here, I think, that I can use it to pull the dirt away from the wall. I think. Please come over here. And dig. Thank you. So maybe I do need to go to the wall here. Let's do it like that. And when you get trucks, you can get trucks. We're gonna have to wait now until they deal with that. I guess I could have set another mining zone here for this ramp. I guess. That way it had dedicated trucks too. I could actually just keep extending this pile until it becomes a ramp over to that over that cliff. That'd be kind of hilarious. How are you doing with this dig? You're 3 levels down, working on the 4th. Okay. Is that going to do what I want? Maybe it is. I need to get this dirt off of the side of this, though. That's the big problem. And this may start complaining about fill. Like, going to collapse or whatever. And that'd be really bad if it did. Complain about that, because I don't know that putting another wall in here would reset it any. Where are you going now? Did I screw this up? I bet you I did. I did. Is that right? No, that's not right. That should be right. Come back over here. NAFTA reforming, finished researching. Let's see if we can get this to work. Then I'll just do the same on the outside. Can I get now? Not quite. Not quite what I want. Definitely not there. But you also haven't dug that spot out yet. So it might still work. Might. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because in the end, this is going to be all dug out, and there'll be step-down walls here, 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 and here, stepping down 5 levels at a time. So I don't know. I don't know. This is all experimental because I haven't done... I see this is still jacked up. This one might work. This one actually will work, I think. And that's too... Is that too high? Or is that just right? That is just right, I think. Yeah, that's just right. But this one's not going to go because of that stupid corner, and then this one needs to be dug out somewhere to get out of there. Yeah, I know what you mean, and I'm hoping that it's solvable kind of eventually by accident. And you're done again already. Yeah, stay here though. Please stay here. I'm going to give you more work to do. There, and then this. You have this to dig out yet. Why are you not digging over here? Bizarre. Is it because this is rock now? I bet you it's because it's rock. And its mining priority is dirt. So it was skipping out because of that? Because it thinks there's dirt elsewhere, maybe? And eventually this needs to slope. So the plan is for this to slope down just as this did here from level 5 all the way there. From like that. The plan is to keep this slope going down all the way to there, to -5. But I need to have support for these walls, otherwise they'll just collapse. But this might do, eventually. I may just have to do some sort of weird manipulation by digging out a little bit more here or something. Ooh, I could do that. I could dig this flat here. That'll dig out a little more corner. And that might just solve the problem. It might also cause this wall to want to collapse, but it might just solve the problem too. So let's try that as well here. Like that. So I only have the ramp kind of in the middle. That might do it. Let's hope that does it, Marshall. I like the way you're thinking about finding a different way to do it. It's just a matter of if we can find a way to do it that satisfies the problem. Now the pickups are stuck. Dang it. That's because I dug this down. I may have to recover that one to keep it up out of the hole here. Yeah, see, now we're getting a may collapse situation going on. But we also might be able to fix that. If I can get enough of this slop out of here. Let's just do a recovery on this one. Then they'll just stay up out of the hole, I think. That's fine. That's fine. I may be able to make it work. Because they won't collapse right away. They'll wait until they're a couple levels down to collapse. So you're safe for a couple levels. But I didn't pull enough dirt out of there either. Damn. Ooh. Would that do it? And I can backfill it with more dirt. That might work. Dirt or rock, I don't care, really. That might work. Let's see if that'll work. I'm gonna maybe do a little more manipulating of that offline between now and Thursday. But we'll see if that'll work. In the meantime, we're gonna end this stream here. Dig it out and refill it, and just don't dig it too deep where these start to actually collapse. And as long as you fill it back in, then they won't collapse, just like we did here with the rainwater harvester and this wall and the sand that came out of there at the beginning of the stream. So we're going to end the stream here. I'll be back again on Thursday, 9:30 Eastern US time. Let's do this. And let's find ourselves a raid target. Let's see, let's raid Mr. Taco. He's playing Satisfactory. He's, today is the release of Update 6 into Early Access of Satisfactory. So while I've been playing on my Satisfactory series we finished a few weeks ago, while I've been playing on Update 6 on for quite a while, that was on Experimental. So now that it's come off Experimental and onto Early Access, more people are willing to play it, and it's a little more stable now too. There were some problems with it when we first started, so we're going to go ahead and raid out to Mr. Taco, who is playing Satisfactory, and we'll be back again on Thursday, as I said. Saturday, I have a plan. We'll see. Not 100% yet, but I have a plan to join Bold Viking in his charity stream he's doing to play some Perfect Heist 2. And if that all goes to plan, I'll be doing that on Saturday at noon Eastern time for about an hour and a half with Bold and any other folks who he brings in to play that. He's doing charity for the for Fuck Cancer, the takeover, and hopefully we'll be able to join him and everything will work out well. If something happens and it doesn't work out, then there'll be a normal video on YouTube. But if everything goes as planned, there will not be a premiere on YouTube on Saturday. There will not be a new video on YouTube at noon on Saturday. Instead, we'll be doing that stream. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do this raid, and stick around for that. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the chats and the redeems tonight, and we'll see you all again on Thursday. Have a good night, everyone. Bye for now.